Hello, I'm Dr. Tony, and I want to thank you for visiting my channel. And again, please hit the subscribe button and the bell and send this video to anyone that you think may appreciate this type of information. I want to talk today about the magnetic field. Now, this is in my book, the audio book, which is coming out soon. And when you understand the magnetic field, my goal for you is for you to understand how powerful you are as a person. Remember the big four process, a four-part being. We are a spiritual being. We have a thought. The thought creates the mental image in the brain. When you have this mental image, that produces an emotion, depending on the mental image. And the emotion produces a change in the physical body. Anything from paradigm shift, altering matter, or even spontaneous healing. So your thoughts create your being. So what I want to talk about is a magnetic field, the aspect of that. I want to show you how powerful you are as a person, and that you don't attract anything into your life. That's bull as far as I'm concerned. You create things in your life. And what I mean by that is when the first plane hit the tower on 9/11, now 15 minutes after that plane hit, the US has two satellites up they're called the GOES satellite in northern and southern hemispheres. The satellite measured a spike in the magnetic field that was never saw before, never. And again, this kind of backs up what I said in one of the other videos, that science is facts without God's energy. That's what science is. We are taught that here's something scientific, our body's scientific. No, we're not. We have an energy in us. It's a God's energy. And I think when you can understand that, not just in the mind, in the heart-mind connection, and part of when I work on patients, part of what we find out is, what is your heart-mind connection? It's funny how some people, they say, well, I forgave my uncle, but they only forgave their uncle in the brain, not in the heart. It's not connected. We'll talk about that some other time, but right now I want you to understand the power that you have. When you have these four-part being, the magnetic feeling, the magnetic is part of the electromagnetic field. So your thoughts, as they go from the highest vibration to the lowest vibration, from spiritual to mental, emotional, physical, creates emotion, it creates feelings, it creates a magnetic field around you. Now, when the tower was hit and they saw this spike in the magnetic field, it kind of proves what a lot of people are saying about how the connection of the magnetic fields of the earth connect with the humans. That's one reason I always believe that while we have hemoglobin in our blood, hemoglobin picks up magnetic fields. Don't forget, the earth is magnetic and the spirit, God, is electrical. That's the combination, electromagnetic field. I always say that thoughts are language of the brain and emotions are language of the body. So here we are. So now what you are wondering, well, what does this mean? This is what it simply means. You're not going to attract anything into your life. You're going to create it. So when you have with the big four process, when you have a mental thought, and that mental thought is, I am, and you have an emotion of safety or fear, when you can find the blocks where they are in the body, when you can connect all these together, you're going to connect the mind to the heart. Because now you have blocks. So when someone says, I am fearful, we have to find out how to correct that fearfulness. And that's what we do with the spiritual aspect of the big four process. So when you want to create something, it has to be created within you. So tomorrow morning, or right now, if you're thinking you're a loser, you're going to be a loser. Wayne Dyer once interviewed a person in jail, and he said, I'm exactly where my father said I was going to be, in jail. Because that's what he was told. So when you start thinking every day of your consciousness, if you're thinking thoughts every day, you're going to create those thoughts. I don't necessarily agree you're going to attract them into your life. I don't think there's God's negative energy out there. I think we create that. So what's so important about the big four process is when you do this every day to yourself, when you have a question every day that you ask yourself, and you find where the blocks are, and you can find out what type of block, what type of emotion block it is, then you can find out the opposite. Because one thing that I do in my practice is I use the third law of thermodynamics. Energy is neither created or destroyed. So if you have a negative energy, we need to use the opposite vibration to cancel it out. Because you're not going to destroy it. If I take a piece of paper or take this card and burn it, I'm not altering it, I'm just changing the energy form from cardboard to heat, and then I have ashes left. So what we're going to do is, as we go through more of these YouTubes, we're going to show more specifically how it works, how you combine the four together. And we're also going to add other information, such as the electromagnetic field, like where is electrical power coming from? That's why when you take a walk in the woods, you feel better, because you're away from electromagnetic fields. And although we are electromagnetic fields, we are in electromagnetic fields, we are electromagnetic fields, we need to control and at least know what we're creating within ourselves. Because if you think bad thoughts every day, you're going to create bad thoughts in your mind. Simple as that. So I want to thank you for listening. If you have any questions, email me at questionforhealth@gmail.com. Also, my website is findyourblocks.com. If you have any other questions, please contact me. And I want to thank you for visiting me today. Thank you again.